Yo, 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 what up, what up, what up? Yo, nah, bro, I didn't get back in. I didn't get back in, bro. I kind of should have, though. I was looking earlier today on during Asian session. I got into a trade with Wix, and he took the buy right here. He took the buy right here. So we would have already probably been. Oh, it looks like it might have hit break even, but yeah, we were in buys from here, but we closed out at break even. But it was a cool little push, but it did only go 40 pips or so, 45, 50 pips at most. But yeah, before turning around. So I'm just wondering how low can it go now, or does it go back to like somewhere right here? I bet, and then turn around and come back. Because I'm kind of thinking this on the 15. If I go to the 4 hour, this is the level I kind of see possibly being next right here, and that's at 64. So 2364 could be somewhere I might be looking for this, because even on this, like I said, I've been just using FIB just to give extra low levels. And on, I think it's the 1 hour I have it on. That would be that one. I guess I could put it right here. Yeah, right here. That would be the 1 hour, but it's kind of going right to that level and it's respecting it. So I'm just wondering if it's going to keep pushing, just like I said, bouncing off of this level, and then just kind of come back down one more time before targeting this, because I do think this high right here might need to be tapped at least before it comes down to that original 4 hour level like we were expecting. But yeah, what do you think, bro? I wonder if I did it from up here. Let's see. Or does it change the structure right there? It's on the 1 hour. Yeah, let me see the 15. I wonder if I did it from here. Oh, that's exactly where it's getting it from. Bruh, I should have known that. I just seen that right now. That's the high we probably be targeting, this guy up here. Because it most likely won't reverse until it gets to these highs. So if it gets to these highs and it needs to reverse, that's explaining why we're just dancing right here in this golden pocket zone. So what might happen is if it does need to go back up to that point somehow, I'm wondering if let's see, I want to say this level right here probably could be the level we probably come down to. We might need to come back down to these levels somewhere right here where this is at, and it takes out these lows right here, and then that's what's going to push us back up again. Almost kind of like how this did right here. This is the same level that I had marked up right here, and this is where it bounced off perfectly before pushing. So obviously this one didn't break these lows to push like that, but I'm thinking this one is going to break these lows so that way it could push up, because this is already kind of like, if you think of a trend line going this way. Oh, I mean, not that I use trend line, but it's just like the idea that you could kind of just see the higher highs and higher lows down here. Look at all those. Look at just this is just so you can see all the higher lows. So look at that. Damn, that did kind of break. Actually, if you think about it, it's rejecting off of that too. But hey, that's a good area right there. Below the daily bottom wick. Okay, below. So you got in a buy somewhere right here. Is that where you got to buy at? In those, like, in that wick you're talking about? That's what they always do say, is that at some point you'll be able to find an entry on the previous candle closing right there. So for that candle closing, at some point there was always, like, even though that this went straight up when it kind of started without really a bottom wick, you already kind of knew at some point you're going to be able to get back into some buys underneath this previous low, or previous close, I mean. Yeah, I don't see nothing on these levels, but right here, this is that level that I really do see happening. So if I put that 15 here, that's where I'm thinking those, like I said, I have this level we're getting in, so I don't think it's gonna, I think it might respect this level, but the idea would be it just comes down here almost like a fake out. So maybe on the 15 or the hourly or something, but on the 4 hour or higher, it's just like a bottom wick to continue back up. Because I don't think, like I said, if you notice, every time when you put one of these fib type of things, they usually hit the tops. Once it hits, if this is the bottom, it usually hits the top. So it does have some room to get back up to here, but I think maybe at these levels is where it does come back down to these 4 hour levels, like the 4 hour levels that we've been talking about. I don't think it's gonna come down to these levels for a while. Let's see. Oh no, that's right there. That's right there. Yeah, this level down here, like I said, I don't think it's gonna come down to here until maybe after it taps here, and then that's where it's gonna probably do this again all the way back down and then come back up or something like that. And it looks like a head and shoulders. Yeah, that's true. Well, the thing is, I'm just thinking if so I'm gonna go off of this idea right here. So look at this. Candle above this area, close above, higher prices. So we created higher prices and we closed above. So this one ended up creating a lower low, closed below. It usually signals lower prices. So what this is, I'm thinking gonna be, is that this could be just to create lower prices, even though it might not break these areas, because this one technically was an inside bar. So it technically closed inside of this range still. So there could be two things that happen though. It pretty much hits this top right here and comes down, or it actually just comes down. I don't know how low, maybe not even that low, but maybe comes here for a little bit and then it goes up a little bit and then it comes down and then back up. Because I still think at some point it might need to tap these levels down here. So if it needs to tap those, it's probably gonna do something like this, where there's two options, I guess. It's gonna either come here first and then down, or it's gonna come down, well, maybe not that low, probably like down here and then back up, and then after that come down. Because I do see at some point this level is going to get hit again. So when this level gets hit, that's when I'm probably going to try to get into a trade for sure, back up. Yo, Saddam, how's up? What's up? But yeah, what's up, y'all? How y'all doing? Make sure you guys hit that like button. Hit that like for me. Damn, we got no likes. You guys don't even like the stream. Damn, that's crazy. Market tap 30 as you said at news time. Yeah, bro, for reals. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. And if you think about it, when I go back down to these levels down here, that was exactly the level that got tapped. And this is exactly where I would have wanted to take a trade at. Either the break of this candle, or you could even hit right here in between that level. That was, yep, and like what I was saying is that was one of the plans that I had, but I didn't execute on it, which was definitely my fault. But yeah, that was a perfect bottom wick right into this level right here. And if you kind of think about it, look, I'm gonna show you what else it had. Everything was right. Like my entry from yesterday though was down here, and not one of these even got close to that. So I could have held it as like a swing trade, but the idea though too was right here. These lows got broken. That was exactly the trade right there. Look at from this red candle. That was it. That's the candle right there. That candle low is exactly what tapped this, and it just shot right up after that. So that would have been the best idea for me to take. I just didn't execute it right. But like I said, this is why we do over and over and over again, because eventually we're gonna get it right. This is why you also don't over risk, because if you over risk, then when you're wrong, it makes you wrong 3-4 times instead of just one time. Whereas in, you know, when you're right, you could really ride these trades all the way back to the top. But yeah, look at this, perfect right here, respecting that 50 line before shooting up. But like I said, it's all good. We can definitely do this over and over again. Like, I do believe we could come up with the model. Like, I'm working on it myself, but just things that you really could just repeat over and over and over again. And that's what I'm really trying to get to where I could just repeat this, like a boom, repeat it, and then when it comes back up here, boom, repeat it. You know, just do things you could repeat. That way you could you know, follow a plan. You definitely want to follow a plan. Yo, what up, Raj? What up? I'm doing good, bro. I'm doing good. I just had a little bit of dinner right now. It's a little late, but I had a little dinner, so I'm just chilling, mad chilling right now. Saddam, what up? What up? Oh yeah, I took a sell at 4-hour lows, then buy limit activated for 34 was exit, and interest you talking yesterday. Damn, yo, okay. Man, you guys want to know what's crazy? I had my Apex account yesterday, and I took buys right here on my Apex account, my funded account, right here. And when I was doing it on my phone, it was telling me it wasn't working. Like, it wasn't getting me into the trade. So I pushed it 3 times. Boom, 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 3 times. Like, not back to back, but I did it once. And then it was like, oh, no, it didn't go through. Boom, hit it again. Didn't go through. Boom, hit it again. And nothing popped up on my screen or anything. But when I woke up, I had gotten into it over here. When I woke up, the trade was up here. And I seen it, so I just ended up closing it off, but I should have still held it. But that was the best trade I didn't even realize I was in, and I woke up and I was in massive profits. It's on a fund. I still need more to pass, but it definitely was a good one. $34 stop loss, buy limit at 38. Ooh, that's good though. 38, that was nice. Yeah, like I said, when I seen this play happening right here, it was exactly what I was, exactly that. Boom, low right there, perfect. New here, I want to just tell you to keep going, man. All these, hey man, Zilla, appreciate that. I'm definitely gonna keep going. I'm definitely trying to get back on the streaming every day, so I'm gonna at least stream for an hour or two, you know, something quick if I have to, but some days I'll definitely stream longer if, you know, if everything's going right. But yeah, so look at what we got here. Is like I was saying though, these were the levels that definitely got tapped perfect. And as you can see, how I always talk about when I do these boxes right here on a specific level. Let me see, what level is it at? That one is on the 15 or 30 or the hourly. Where I have it at? Or is that the 4? That's the 4-hour actually. No. Damn, what is that? Yeah, I appreciate that, Raj. Leave a like, y'all. Leave a like. Make sure you guys like that. What did I have that box for? Had to be for a reason. Oh yeah, right here. I think that one. Or was it this one? Oh yeah, this one. It was on the 5 right here. But the reason why I'm saying though is, like, look at on that 5 candle right there. I need is right at that 50 line. Look at that, perfect. Look how it landed. I'm saying when that lands on that 50 line like that, that's how you know it's a good level. Because if it closes below, it starts closing like that, there's a good chance it's not going to continue up like that. It usually just, if it does come up, it comes back down or something. So especially if it closes underneath it. It definitely just shows it didn't respect that. But when you see it really follow and it falls into this right here perfectly like that, it definitely says it's respecting that level. And the 15 valid onion. 15. Let's see, on the 30, on the hourly. Yeah, I could see that. Yep, look at it hit these lows perfectly. And look at, you know what I'm seeing right here? Equal low, like perfect equal low. Look at the bottom of there and the bottom of there. It pretty much bounced off that level right there. So, I mean, definitely could be seeing something, especially if this closed. This is on the hourly, especially if it closes right there, and then the next one possibly wicks down and then comes up. It makes probably will let us really know we're gonna probably push up. But we do have news tomorrow, I believe. Like some big folders. So if we have something tomorrow, which is, let's see, tomorrow right here. Yeah, so we're gonna have CPI, core retail, CPI, Empire State Manufacturing, and retail sales. So tomorrow's a really big day. So I'm also not really expecting much to happen right here, which is exactly kind of what happened right here, is what just happened right here. So at some point, it was pretty much, I think, getting ready. The news was on Tuesday right here. So I think this whole range area to get people into buys, get people into sales, was all just, you know, to get prepared for, like, to wipe everybody out, wipe everybody up here, wipe everybody up here. It did it, wiped everybody up here, and then it did it back here one more time before shipping it up. So that's kind of what I'm thinking could maybe happen right here. We're starting to load, and if you did think about, we did have a box right here in a sense, you could say, and that's just the range that we're pretty much stuck in. We're just right here, and we did, what does it always say? Drive range liquidity. So we drove right here, we ranged right here, and this could be the liquidity, just maybe to grab liquidity so we could continue up. So yeah, so that's what I'm saying though, is that we could definitely be waiting for news tomorrow. So like all of this could just be a new higher high right here, then it's going to create a new lower low right here, and then just come back up, and then for news, just get ready to blast off one of these ways. But I do think, because the idea is understanding order flow, and if you kind of understand the order flow idea, my buddy Lassick was telling me about it today. The idea is understanding, like, the reason why this is coming down was just to grab liquidity. You know what I mean? So like I said, when I go to a smaller time frame now, here, let me close this right here. Let me close that right there. Pretty much when I go right here to a smaller time frame, let me just say somewhere, or actually, like I said, this was the box area that we took that trade off of right there. So if I go to a smaller time frame, like the 2 hour, that was exactly the internal liquidity that we were aiming for, which was this right here. So like I said, that is just on a smaller time frame. So when I go to a 15 or something like this, look at where this could have been. This could have just been internal liquidity exactly like this. So this is most likely probably could be a buy. So a valid onion play, I have it right here on my screen too. So I believe the onion is this one at the bottom. Yeah, so this one would be more of a bullish play onion. So I kind of see this maybe happening right now, or it just happened right now, to be honest, if you think about it. I mean, I'm gonna actually break it down what I see right here. Look, this level right here, this right here is this right here. Pretty much the same idea. That's this, I think. If not this one, but I would pretty much just say it's probably this one, because it kind of created a support and now it's starting to push up. So if it's this onion type of onion play, this is exactly what's happening. And this is kind of why I just drew it like that. So this is the push up, which is right here. That's that push. And then this move right here down is this move right here, this middle part. And then this right here could be the this push right here. So what I'm thinking could definitely be happening. Yeah, so what I think could definitely be happening is if I go to a smaller time frame now, I bet you I see what I'm looking for, which is exactly this right here. So I'm thinking, let's see, there's this candle here to here. We definitely didn't really respect it. So I think at some point, well, it's actually closing above there. So maybe we might need to target these lows down here. If we target this level right here, which is this top area, we could tap into this bottom right here and then start moving our way back up. So look, let's see if that ends up playing out, something like that, because I do see this just being the same thing where but it might not even run that far or that high. It might really just create this high right here, because if I go to a higher time frame, it's going to need to create a resistance at some point. So it's going to probably create a resistance and come down a little bit and then do the same thing to go back up. Because if you just see this right here, this is it right here where you come back down just to go back up. That would be this area right here. So that down to come back up would just be this coming on a higher time frame. So if I just keep going to a higher time frame, that's where I think it's at some point it's, oh, there it goes. But the idea though is where I'm kind of saying too is understanding the whole order flow. Like the idea of order flow is you want to jump on the wave of whatever way it's going, because these pullbacks are just to grab liquidity so we could push up, which is pushing why it's pushing up. And that's what I'm saying is that obviously, like if you're in a bearish area, maybe like somewhere over here, it's just the opposite now. So all of these pulls up are just to grab liquidity. So when you're on the right trend, it's a lot easier to read it that way. And I do think at some point we're gonna need to come back to these higher levels. So if it needs to come back to these higher levels, you can see like this is the grab of liquidity. This is the grab of liquidity. This could probably be, well, this is where news is gonna come out. So if news does come out, I guess, however, when it makes it pump, this is just gonna be liquidity to continue back up. Because if I go to a higher time frame, that's just what this is now. So like it's the same idea where like these were all just liquidity pools. So that's why I'm saying look at this right here. This is like a giant onion play right here. But as you can see, why did we pull back exactly right here? Because if I go to a smaller time frame, that's where this is at, and that's why we pushed up. And that's what I'm saying is that whatever happens on the higher time frame just takes longer, where now when I'm going to the smaller time frame, it's the same idea that it's only pulling back. Because look, if I go to the 30-minute or let's say the hourly, it's not even really pulled back yet, because this could be where it does pull back to go back up, or it pulls up to go back down. But that's where I say is like, that's why I'm thinking this right here. That's why when I got to this 15-minute time frame and I found this order block, that's exactly why it's respecting that 50 line. And like I was saying, it needs to respect that 50 line, and that's why. So what I'm thinking though is this is starting to pull up, but it's going to need to create structure, because on the higher time frame there's really no structure yet. So what I'm thinking is going to happen at some point, I mean, it could run up and it does what it does, but I think this is where I kind of have this idea, is that it's going to find some kind of resistance coming somewhere up here, and then it's going to need to do a pullback, which is going to be that liquidity it grabs. And I think there's somewhere we're going to be able to get into a trade coming back up, but it might be late. I might already be off or something, or it might just do this for tomorrow. But I think it's going to be, it's going to do something where the way this grabbed liquidity, I don't think this was to possibly come back down to, because the same way, like right here, look, we come down, we came up, and then it gave us another buying opportunity pretty much to ride that up. I think that's what this could possibly be, where it does. Obviously you're going to want this entry right here, but it's a little too late. But I'm thinking it's going to be better off if it does do a pullback, like they call it a retest. You just wait for the retest, and then you probably take it right back up, coming back up to these levels, because we already understand, like, the order flow idea is that this right here was just a pullback to continue up. So that's why it bounced off of this level, and this is why this right here is creating its own levels, which is like right here. It's creating its own inside of these smaller candles on smaller time frames. So I guess the overall idea of being bullish right now is just finding the pullbacks on a bullish market, to where, like I said, obviously it goes up. This could be the pullback already that I'm explaining. But I do think the same way, like right here, boom, a retest before pushing up. This right here is just a retest, probably before pushing up or something. So, but it is also, like I said, news is happening. So with news happening, this could just be loading up, getting ready for tomorrow. So I don't really think too much might be going on tonight for whatever it is. Yeah, Raj, I be feeling sleepy all day. But no, it's probably because you're using your brain a lot when you're worried about the chart, or you're on the charts all day. Like, you don't really think about it. Like, obviously physically it's not tiring, but in your brain it just, you're working all day on the chart, you tire your brain out, then you need some rest. It's like a workout for your brain. That's what trading is. It's like, obviously you sit down when you trade, but shit, your brain is on a marathon pretty much. Once we get above 59, we supposed to be good buys. 59. Yeah, no, for sure. That's where I'm thinking. But the thing is that news is tomorrow. What could happen though is that it pushes it up pretty fast, and it might pull back, but it could be like that. So, but the thing is I need to watch out for trying to get into something too soon, and it just liquidity to maybe come down then up. I just don't want to have to go in a drawdown, even though I do believe at some point I think it's going to continue up. I just don't want to get into a trade right here and then it starts to pull back, even though it's going to continue up. I just don't want to have to sit in drawdown, especially if it's a lot of drawdown, or for drawdown for a long time, from New York to Asian or something like that. I'd rather just try to wait for that trade. Once it does kind of like pick a direction, wait for a retest possibly, and then just continue up. But yeah, no, definitely I do see that being valid though. Once it gets up here, closes, maybe does a retest and then goes. Or if this is the move right here, because like I said, I see this area being kind of important because of that like order block that this is respecting. So I'm wondering if this is, the move that's getting us ready, and then when we come back on for news later, it might just break down. It might just come up here or something, and then when it does for news, boom, to go back up. So that's just kind of what I'm thinking right now. Yeah, I appreciate you guys for watching though. I appreciate it. Yeah, I think it's moving though. Yeah, look, this is exactly the type of trade I took the other day. This was the same trade right here. And that's where but that's only 20 pips. Even if you would have sniper entry this trade right here, you're still barely open 20 pips, which is not bad. But I'm just saying, look at, there it goes. The reason why I'm just saying is that it is a kind of a small range. like obviously when you zoom in, you look like this, it looks like a big range. But what I'm saying is that for this to be a big move, imagine this was on like the 30-minute or something. It's just look, because you go to a higher time frame, it's just ranging. So that low could just be touching these highs just to come back down, and it's like the only way you're catching the full 50 pip move or something is if you're a sniper entry and a sniper exit. So that's what I'm saying is that I do think it's gonna be it might just be ranging, you know, going to the highs and lows until tomorrow. But this was definitely a good area. This is what I've been working on, is being able to identify this trade right here. This is the trade I want to be able to, if you think about it, this is the candle range, this is the one, and this is the third one that usually signals the move up. Once it breaks these lows, it usually goes up like that. But the reason why this is important is because it's also right into this little area right here. So this is where it got respected. This is where it all got respected. So this level definitely is important, which is why when this formed right here, breaking this, closing below, you can see it better on this. This is it right here. So what I did was I put the low right here because this is the candle that closed inside of this box. And I always talk about the 50 line, which is right here. All of these wicks, the perfect entry would have been if you were able to get in on these wicks that hit this yellow line. That would have been the perfect entry. And that's the entry I'm working on right now, is to be able to get that into play. Definitely gonna be, I'm getting closer to closer. I'll post sample size and just read Lorenzo playbook for understanding. According to his setup, liquidity sweep or steeper wick is better for buys as yellow area you mark. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and that's why too, like look at how steep these wicks are. Like this was the low, and then this was the low that got broken with these steep wicks right here. Look at it, just boom boom, and then after that just straight up like that. And that was the perfect entry right there. But what I'm saying, this is also on a smaller time frame, where the 5 minute it looks like a full range, but like I said, you just come up to here, maybe even halfways, you know, it's like 25-50 pips only. But like, that's why I say is I don't think it's really gonna do much. It's just gonna range from the lows to the highs until news tomorrow. So it's gonna just be doing that, hit the high, come back here, hit the low, just get ready for news tomorrow. Obviously I would want to try to squeeze out some, you know, 10-20 pips, but you know, you gotta really look at that. I'm gonna start pushing here. Like I said, that's just the thing, is that I want to squeeze out 10-20 pips, but you still, even with the small 10-20 pips, you gotta be more precise because these ranges are only so big. So it might not even be worth to try to squeeze something out right now, just so we could save our ammo for the news tomorrow. You don't want to get clapped right now and then you still have to show up for news, which is probably even harder to trade than a normal day, and then you get clapped for news too, just because you didn't want to wait for news or something, you know. So it might just be better off if I just hold up for a bit, you know, unless I see exactly what I want. But I'm even thinking it's not gonna be that big of a move today. But yeah, guys, I just wanted to get on for a little bit. But like I said, I don't think it's gonna really do too much right now. But that was kind of my levels and ideas, though, if you were kind of wondering. I think I had it right here, where I do think at some point it's going to need to tap these highs up here. Where did it? Oh, that one got broke right here. Oh wait, where's it at? From here. That was right here, I think. Yeah, right here. No, that's not it. Or did I have it from the bottom up? Nope. How did I have it? Almost forgot how I put it earlier. That's pretty much how I had it then. Yeah, it was like this. So what I'm kind of thinking though is that at some point we might need a tap here before we actually do come down. So if you know, if these are kind of the targets, then we know at some point it's gonna need to make its way up there. But it could just for news tap in here then go up or something. Hey bro, I appreciate that, Raj. Appreciate it. But yeah, so these levels. Oh, nice, nice. Yeah, sir. Yes, sir. But yeah, all right, guys. I'm gonna be getting off. I'm gonna get ready for New York in the morning. Gotta try to go to sleep for New York. But I appreciate you guys for stopping by, though. I'll definitely get on again for tomorrow. So I'll definitely